Okay, so today I'm going to be listening to James Tenney's possibly most famous, most performed postal piece, having never written a note for percussion, written in 1971. And this is the score. It's very, very simple and charming, and it's more of a graphic score with some elements of traditional notation. Um, the joke's pretty obvious. This is his first note for percussion, and it's a very long note, and obviously it's for variable instrumentation, but it's probably most successful on something with a lot of sustain, like a tam tam. Obviously or like a gong. Obviously, the bigger the tam tam, the longer you're probably going to want to spend activating it and getting this gigantic wall of sound. This like bunch of scores I have is from Larry Polanski's um, sort of introduction to Tenney's music. Larry Polanski writes on this one, having never written a note for percussion is my favorite of the postal pieces and extremely popular among many percussionists I've known. Written for John Bergamo, a percussion teacher at Cal Arts. The piece and multiple entendre usually consists of one continuous roll on a tam tam, although that instrument does not appear on the score, and I think it would be interesting to perform the piece occasionally on another instrument with a crescendo from quadruple piano to quadruple forte and then back down again. The only duration indication is very long, and the several performances I've heard range from 8 to 20 minutes. All are quite astonishing as the gentle, inaudible hum of the instrument builds into a complex and somewhat frightening chaos of non-periodic spectra, room resonances, illusory tones, and indescribable occurrences with the listener's psyche. I think it is fitting that it is the last of the scorecards, for in a way it most clearly expresses the intent of the whole set. Incidentally, the titular claim, as far as I know, was true. Um, Yeah, we were looking at this week two other percussion pieces from this set from 1965, and this is like the whole other end of the spectrum, right? His earlier ones, they feel more like Fluxus pieces. They're a little bit clunky, text score type things, and the later ones are more and more like perceptual and like fascinated with human perception and notation, really. So they sort of get more interesting as you work through them, and this is probably the most interesting one. I'm gonna go back to this album from 2015 and listen to this 14-minute version. Link is in the description, and I'll let you know my thoughts. I don't think I've ever taken the time to really listen to this, so I'm excited, and my knowledge of headphones has improved dramatically. Recently, so I'm excited to just listen to it with good in-ear monitors and just lay back and take it all in. So I'll see you in 15 minutes or so. Nice, yeah. So this is definitely worth the listen. It's a good rendition of it. I guess part of me is like I don't know what I expected. Like it sounds like exactly how you'd expect it to sound. Probably sounds very different in a live setting. Like I think if you I mean I would really love to put this on in a concert, but as a stereo recording, I mean it's going to sound the way it sounds kind of thing. I was surprised this performance it stayed at its loudest for a really long time and it had this weird effect where I was like mentally processing um the like hitting of the tam tam, like these low frequencies, and I was sort of separating them from the high shimmering frequencies, and it sounded almost like you were just hitting a big drum. Um, and it was very weird. But yeah, like the sustain layer had a different, more tam tam equality than the more percussive layer, which was like just sounded like a bass drum almost. So that was very a very weird psychoacoustic thing that happened to me. Um, and it is a very cool piece, and it's very sort of Tenney-ish. It's very emblematic of like what Tenney's music is about and what his music from 1971 onward is going to sound like. Um, so yeah, that's that one. If I just pull up the list here, we're going to be listening to a couple Christian Wolf pieces, which I think are both for snare drum, which will be an interesting detour. If you haven't noticed, my like the percussion pieces are not all categorized under percussion, hence why the list is kind of weirdly separated into different instrumentations. But yeah, next will be the snare drum pieces, so I'm excited for that.